What's up, guys? Today we will be talking about TGS, more so about what could be shown in the sense of Kingdom Hearts and Persona 5. Now, let's begin this talk with Kingdom Hearts first, because there's actually more information about Kingdom Hearts than there is about Persona 5. However, way back on September 8th, there was a leak of a LinkedIn account from someone on the Osaka team who is most notable for working on Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance and the two remixes 1.5 and 2.5. And on that link, it talked about a Kingdom Hearts title called Kingdom Hearts 2.9, and it will apparently come out for both the PS3 and the PS4. There was also a mentions and talks about stuff in Kingdom Hearts 3, such as level planning, gameplay-wise, like enemies and items, the gummy ships, along with the inclusions of Pixar worlds, which would be amazing, and multiplayer, somewhat similar to the Mirage Arena in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. But we're not going to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3. We're going to talk about this odd title of 2.9. This isn't actually the first time we've seen or heard about 2.9. Apparently, in fact, around E3, it temporarily showed up on the Square Enix presentation schedule before being taken down. Now, there has been a lot of speculations about what 2.9 could include. There's also speculation of whether it's real or not, but seeing as this is not the first time it has been seen, it might lean more so to being real, but we're still not 100% sure about that. Like I said, there's a lot of speculations about what 2.9 could be including, since in that LinkedIn leak it talked about attraction flow, which is a new style of gameplay that is going to be shown in Kingdom Hearts 3, which is an evolved form, you could say, of the Dream Drop Distance flow motion commands, which was the first time it ever talked about was in Dream Drop Distance. Now, that being said, a lot of speculation is going around that's saying that 2.9 could be an HD remix similar to the 1.5 and 2.5 remix of Dream Drop Distance, which came out for the Nintendo 3DS back in 2012. And there's also more speculation saying that that's the only game that has not been included in any of these remixes in any form, game-wise or cutscene-wise, similar to how Days was in 1.5 and Recoded in 2.5. Now, a lot of people are saying that it could be a final mix, somewhat, of Dream Drop Distance, since there's also other stuff talked about there, like bosses and other stuff. And since the attraction flow is under there, a lot of people are thinking that maybe a Kingdom Hearts 3 demo could be involved in 2.9 in some form. But that's not the only thing that people are thinking that 2.9 could be. 2.9 could also be somewhat of an inclusion and even a more higher res, higher HD, whatever you want to call it, of 1.5 and 2.5 coming out similar, coming out on in the same case, not sure about the same disc, but it could be like in the same case coming out together for PS3 and PS4. That's something I think it might be. Although Nomura said that he did not plan to release 1.5 or 2.5 on PS4 anytime soon. They want to focus more on Kingdom Hearts 3, which is understandable considering that Kingdom Hearts 3 has been in development since 2010. Going on with this, I believe strongly that 2.9 could most likely be just a standalone of Dream Drop Distance HD remix, like it was like 1.5 and 2.5 were. That's what I believe it will be. Or it could also be a combination of both of them. It could have 1.5, 2.5, and Dream Drop Distance. Now, that being said, if it's done that way, I highly doubt that it could be gameplay-wise. It would just be cutscene-wise. So, that's a speculation. Along with possibility of 2.9 containing a Kingdom Hearts 3 demo, because it mentioned attraction flow, which is going to be shown in Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, like I said, attraction flow is different than flow motion, but they're somewhat similar in a way. But the thing is, since 2.9 is quote-unquote scheduled to be coming out for both a PS3 and PS4, why would there be a Kingdom Hearts 3 demo involved if Kingdom Hearts 3 is only coming out for the PS4 and Xbox One? That's what a lot of people are wondering about, myself included. And I'm actually skeptical right now that this is actually existing. That 2.9 is not even a real thing. But with TGS coming around the corner, we might get some info. Now, actually thinking about it, when you think about it, like Nomura said, he feels a little displeased that Dream Drop Distance is the only game that was not included in any of the HD remixes. And if you watch the credits for 2.5 that came out in December of 2014, you would see that scenes from Dream Drop Distance showed up, similar to how in Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix that came out in September in North America, 2013, showed, and if you play the credits for 1.5, showed scenes from Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, Birth by Sleep Final Mix, and Recoded. So that's why a lot of people are thinking that maybe this is going to be, this has to include Dream Drop Distance in some way, because of so much. The credits wise, also involved in those credits is the first trailer of Kingdom Hearts 3 that was shown back in 2013 at E3, which was a surprise trailer. We all were surprised about that. So with that in mind, you gotta wonder, like, okay, if 2.9 is real, what is it going to be? Is it going to be Dream Drop Distance, or is it going to be a kind of a completed set of 1.5 and 2.5, kind of similar to the God of War collection or Saga collection that came out a few years ago, that had both that had God of War 3 on one disc and God of War 1 and 2 on one disc for the PS3, and then you get a download voucher for Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta. If it's similar to that, that could be reasonable of why it's on it's why it's for the PS3, but for the PS4, who knows what will happen then. A lot of people will love for 1.5 and 2.5 to be on the PS4, myself included in a way, but only if Dream Drop Distance is included. That's the only way I would actually get 2.9, is if it's something different other than just 1.5 and 2.5. That being said, like I said, Dream Drop Distance has to be included in this in some form or another. Otherwise, it's like a whole why bother type thing. Why did Nomura come out a few months ago? Actually, I believe it was around E3 or sometime in August, I believe, during D23 when they announced the Big Hero 6 World, or some. It was between when they announced the Big Hero 6 World and this leak that Nomura said that there was no plans to bring out 1.5 and 2.5 to PS4. So that also gets me thinking of, like, why would this include 1.5 and 2.5 if Nomura said so that there was no plans for that? That being said as well, this could be more understandable if it was just a Dream Drop Distance thing, which would be exciting. So what do you think? I want to know. With TGS coming up soon, there has to be something with this. But that's not all we're going to talk about. Let's actually move on now to Persona 5. Something that we still don't know that much about, which I am actually happy for. I'm actually excited that we don't know that much about Persona 5. Now, there isn't that much more that we learned from when I did my Let's Talk about the Persona 5 trailer that came out in January or February earlier this year. The only thing that was different is that we actually know the protagonist's Persona's name and what it looks like. That's the only thing different. But with TGS just around the corner, Atlus has confirmed that Persona 5 will be at TGS. So in my mind, that means they will be announcing a release date. And here's why. They still plan to release it. There's still talk about Persona 5 being released in 2015. And that was talked about in an interview with actually someone from the PR side of Atlas USA a few months ago or last month, I'm not really sure, saying that there's still talks about it because there was like a leak of a European website saying Persona 5 TBA 2016. That could just be a rumor, because the reason why they haven't really announced a release date yet is because they want to release the European version of Persona 5 a lot closer to the Japanese and the USA release. They want to do better than what they have been doing in the past when it comes to Atlas games, more so Persona and Shin Megami Tensei games in general. European always gets the short end of the stick when it comes to those kinds of things. They always have to wait like 6 months at the least to get those games. However, Persona Q was a little better. I believe Dancing All Night is coming out closer to the US release date than, I don't know if it's around the same time or the same month, but it might be in October. I'm not sure. So, with this stuff in mind, if they want to keep that 2015 release date coming up, they have to announce a release date at TGS. They have to announce it at TGS. Otherwise, they are probably going to announce that it has to be pushed back again. Now, thinking back when Persona 5 was first announced, they announced it for a winter release of 2014 for the PS3. But when it got close to that, they made a new trailer for Persona 5 saying it was coming out for the PS3 and the PS4 coming in 2015. Now, we didn't learn that much about it from there and until we saw an actual full-fledged trailer, like I said, in February or March, and now we still don't know anything, except if you live in Japan and you got a copy of Persona 4 Dancing All Night, you got a sealed CD of a second trailer for Persona 5, which kind of sucks because Atlas has been taking down videos about that at all. It's hard to see, but I actually saw it. It's an amazing video, but it didn't say a release date, which is the one thing we are missing for Persona 5. So, with all this in mind, and all things coming, there's also a lot of other stuff happening at TGS, but these are the two main things that I'm really excited for. Atlas has never really disappointed at TGS before in my life that I have, when I've been following video games. They've never really disappointed at TGS. TGS is like their baby. So hopefully they announce a Persona 5 release date. If it's a worldwide release date, I hope so. Now, what do you guys think? What do you all think is going to happen at TGS? Like I said, this is all speculation for me. For what I think about Kingdom Hearts 2.9, Square Enix has to announce it. They have to announce it in some way. They either have to say, yes, it is real, and this is what it is, or they're saying, no, this is all false information. You were led astray. None of this is real. We're only working on Kingdom Hearts 3 right now. So, and that's the sad thing, that when this leak happened, Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, which was a website game, now a cell phone game, came out in Japan. Because of this leak of 2.9, that whole thing has been like, nobody's talking about, which is unfortunate, unfortunately. And that's also going to be at Square Enix's TGS 2015 lineup is Unchained, which is kind of odd that they talk about a video game that they released a few weeks before. Anyway, TGS is happening from September 17th to the 20th. Hopefully we get the answers that, hopefully I get the answers that I'm wondering, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people are wondering these questions. Like, what is Kingdom Hearts 2.9? Is it real? And if it is real, what is it going to be? And release date, Persona 5. That's all I want. Maybe they might also release that trailer that they shown for Dream Drop from Dancing All Night at TGS. If they do that, that's awesome, but just put a release date on it, please. So, guys, let me know what you think is going to be coming up when it comes to Kingdom Hearts and Persona 5 for TGS, and let me know what else you are excited for when it comes to video games in general at TGS. And as always, I will talk about this when TGS is over, see what happens at TGS, and then we'll talk about it again. So I'll see you all next time, and I hope you enjoyed this video.